In this video I'm going to teach you how to play an improvisation exercise. It's quite good fun and really useful if you want to improve or start out on your jazz and blues skills. It's also pretty useful for things like soul and funk, as you'll see. Okay, first things first, I'm going to play it through a couple of times. It looks a bit scary at first, don't worry, it's actually quite straightforward and you can pick it up pretty quickly if you practice it hard, so don't sort of run away screaming because it looks too difficult. Okay, here goes. Okay, as I say, it looks pretty scary, looks pretty difficult, but it's not. Let's break it down and first of all look at the left hand where we're playing quite a simple chord sequence. C minor, G augmented, E flat, F9, A flat major 7, G, and back to C minor. Okay, and after the C minor we put in a quick G, which is the dominant of C minor, of course, so it takes us back to C minor. Okay, if you haven't followed those chords there, don't worry. I've written them all out in a PDF document and I'll give you the address to download it at the end of the video, so don't worry about sort of desperately trying to follow this on the piano now. Just get a general sense of what I'm doing and you can download the PDF at the end and get a listing of the chords. Okay, you'll notice what's going on there. Although those chords look and sound quite different, most of the time they're sharing those two top notes. And we're just changing the bottom note, except when we get to the G, where we're dropping down to the D, there, and back to the C minor. Okay, so dead straightforward. So the first thing to do as part of the exercise is get that left hand off. Okay, if you want you can begin to practice different rhythms with it. But if that feels a bit complicated for now, just play it straight chords. Okay, dead simple. Go. Okay, so that's our left hand. What's going on in the right? Again, it looks complicated, but it's not. All we're basically doing is playing a fairly heavily simplified blues scale, okay, based on 6 notes: C, E flat, F, G flat, G, and B flat. And there's the top C. Okay, I put in a couple of the notes. I used a D at one point, but essentially we're only using those 6 notes. Okay, we're going out of that octave, we're going up here, but it's still the same notes. Okay, C, E flat, F, G flat, we can call it F sharp of course, G, B flat, C. Okay, here's a good way to get that under your fingers. Play it like a scale, but give it a bit of a swing. Again, like your left hand, it might take a little bit of practice to do this, and it's also written out in that PDF document that I was talking about. Okay? But this will give you the feel for it. Doesn't matter what fingering you use, yeah? Playing jazz and blues, it's not like the classics. There isn't just one way of fingering a particular piece. What fingers you use, it's up to you. It's how you feel comfortable. Legato isn't important, okay? So, how are we going to put our left and our right hands together? Dead simple. We're going to start just by playing that scale up and down in the right and put the chords in the left. And again. Okay. Now, the trick, as with any kind of learning the piano, but learning improvisation, whatever, is to play that over and over again until it's not just comfortable, but until you can do it when you're fast asleep with your eyes shut. Yeah, that is kind of frustrating for people who are listening to you, but you should find if you start doing it and you really concentrate on getting it right, it shouldn't be boring for you. Once you get in the zone, it can be really quite satisfying. If it gets a bit boring, vary it a little bit, try it in a different octave, or try it really quickly. Okay. Once it's really, really comfortable, you can begin to branch out. You'll probably find that happens naturally. You'll start to put in different notes, okay? So go up into higher octaves or in lower octaves and begin to play around, okay? It'll be awkward at first, but stick with it. A good way of doing it is to stick with the original notes, but vary them and vary the rhythm. Now we're going out of the octave where we started, but we're still using just those 6 notes. So all those were C, E flat, F, G sharp or F flat, F sharp or G flat, G, B flat and C. Okay, we can begin to play them as chords. And use crush notes. See what I'm doing with that crush note there? Okay. Again, that's a process of gradually building up over time, just extending your comfort zone bit by bit. Okay. Another really good thing to do is try varying the speed and get a feel for different speeds. If you're not confident at first, taking it slow can help. Try keep the beat. Okay, the other end of the scale, go really quickly. Okay, you see that I'm beginning to stray out and play different notes there. You know, an E flat, an E natural, and a B natural is beginning to creep in. You'll find that happens with you as well, just kind of instinctively. Okay. Like I said, there is a PDF download that you can use, which has got the chords for this exercise written out in it, both in chord notation and in music manuscript notation, stave notation. So if your music reading can benefit from that. You can find that here. Here's the web address for that. Go ahead and download it. Crucially, another thing there I've done there is give you the sequence 2 or 3 different times in different keys. Really important thing when you're starting out with improvisation is not to get stuck, not to get trapped in just 1 or 2 different keys. Branch out, play in a number of different keys. If you found that useful, you might be interested in my book, How to Really Play the Piano, the stuff your teacher never taught you, which covers stuff like playing the blues, playing from lead sheet, and we're learning how to comp, that is accompany. Also in the back, tons of chord charts if you're not sure, blues scales written out for you there, recommended reading, loads of useful stuff that was probably never covered in your piano lessons. If you're interested in the book, you can find out more about it here, jamcast.co.uk/playthepiano. $14.95, available in UK, Europe and North America. If you want to comment on this video or any of my other videos, I've done quite a few in this vein, either my YouTube channel or the YouTube pages is the place to go, or you could head over to jamcast.co.uk where all my videos are embedded. You can find, if you're looking at somewhere else, you can find the page for this video, at this address, which is coming up on the screen now. Head over there, post a comment, ask a question. I guarantee I'll get back to you as soon as I can with an answer. Okay, thanks very much for listening.